Tell me, my people, what does it profit a parent to chase wealth, yet lose the safety of their child? How many more little girls must be silenced before we start listening? This is not just a story, it is a warning. A call to every mother, every father, every guardian. Protect your child before the world devours their innocence. Tonight, I bring you the tale of one such child, a bright little girl whose laughter was louder than her parents' attention. This is the story of Muna, a little girl that her careless parents forgot at school. In a quiet Nigerian town called Obinagu, there lived a little girl named Muna, bright as morning light and full of questions. Ah, dear listeners, if you had seen her, tiny legs, sharp eyes, and a smile that could melt stone, you would know why everyone loved her. But sometimes, love without attention is like soup without salt. It looks fine until you taste it. Muna was 8 years old, the only child of Mr. and Mrs. Okeke. Her father, a bank manager, always wore suits that smelled of new money and car perfume. Her mother, a businesswoman, ran a fashion boutique where phones never stopped ringing. They loved their daughter deeply, but they also loved their work more than their time. Every morning they rushed her off to school in their shiny SUV, shouting through the car window, "Be a good girl, Muna. We'll pick you by 4." But by 4 o'clock, meetings would stretch, traffic would hold them, and just 5 more minutes would turn into hours. Sometimes the teachers waited with her until it grew dark. Other times, the school gatekeeper kept her company until her mother's headlights appeared. It became routine, so routine that even Muna stopped complaining. Then came the Friday that changed everything. The air smelled of coming rain, thunder grumbled behind the hills. School ended at 3, and one by one, children ran into their parents' arms. By 4:30, the compound was quiet. By 5 o'clock, the rain began to fall. Muna waited under the veranda, hugging her pink school bag. Teacher Amaka, the class teacher, said gently, "Muna, your parents haven't come?" Muna shook her head. "Maybe they are stuck in traffic," she said softly. Teacher Amaka sighed. She had her own baby at home. The headmistress assured her, "Leave her with the gatekeeper. Her parents always come late." So Muna was left with the old gateman, Baba Danjuma, a kind man who often gave her groundnuts and stories. But that evening, Baba Danjuma's son came rushing in, shouting that his wife had gone into labor. The old man panicked and locked up, forgetting Muna was still sitting under the mango tree, waiting. And that's how the darkness found her, alone. At first, Muna was brave. She sang softly, plucking mango leaves, watching cars pass by. But as the rain grew heavier and thunder rolled, fear began to whisper. A motorcycle slowed down near the gate. A man in a black raincoat stopped and called out, "Hey, small girl, what are you doing here alone? It's late." Muna's heart jumped, but she recognized the voice. It was Uncle King, her mother's cousin who lived a few streets away. He used to visit during holidays, bringing sweets and jokes. She relaxed. "Uncle, my mommy forgot me." He smiled. "Ah, poor thing. Come, let's go home. I'll take you to her." And so, with innocent trust, she climbed onto the back of his bike. But instead of turning towards their house, Uncle Kenny took another road, the long one leading to the outskirts. Muna frowned. "Uncle, this is not the way home," he replied calmly. "Shortcut, my dear." "Hold tight." The rain blurred her view. Thunder covered her small whimpers. When he stopped, it was near an uncompleted building. There, under flickering light, her cries went unheard. The night swallowed her innocence, her laughter, her light. By the time the rain stopped, The deed was done. At home, Mrs. Okeke paced the sitting room, shouting into her phone. "Have you picked her?" "No, I thought you would." They both froze. A cold wind swept through their hearts. It was 9:45 p.m. They raced to the school, found it locked, and called our teacher, the headmistress, even Baba Danjuma. No one knew where Muna was. By midnight, the police were involved. The entire town joined the search. They combed the roads, the drains, the markets, calling her name through the night. 2 days later, a group of boys found a small pink school bag near the uncompleted building at the edge of town. Inside was Muna's drawing book. On the first page, she had drawn her family, her father in a suit, her mother with a phone, and herself standing alone under a mango tree. The community wept. When the truth came out, it was like a wound, reopened again and again. The culprit was none other than Uncle Kene, the same relative they trusted, the one who carried Muna as a baby. He had been hiding his darkness behind laughter for years, and that night, the rain gave him cover. The police caught him after a neighbor recognized his motorcycle. He confessed, his words dripping with cowardice. The entire town turned against him. He was dragged to court, and the Okekes could barely stand to face him. But justice came, not fast, not easily, but it came. And his name became a warning that mothers whispered to their children at dusk. After the burial, Muna's parents were never the same. Mr. Okeke walked with eyes that no longer looked at people but at memories. Mrs. Okeke began volunteering at schools. Together, they started an awareness program called Muna's Voice. They went to schools, churches, and markets, teaching parents, teachers, and children about safety, vigilance, and trust. "We thought love was enough," Mrs. Okeke said once during a town meeting. "But love without presence is an empty promise." Their pain became purpose. Slowly, other parents changed too. Schools began keeping emergency contacts. Teachers stayed longer. Neighbors checked on each other's children. Muna's story became more than tragedy. It became light in dark places. My friends, listen well. The world is not as kind as it used to be. A child's safety is not the school's job alone, nor the community's alone. It is the sacred duty of every parent. No meeting, no money, no call is worth more than a child's life. Because when we forget our children, evil remembers them. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll away. Speak up. Check on that child next door. Remind every parent that carelessness is the first thief of safety. And wherever you are, say a prayer for little Muna and every child who deserves to grow, laugh, and live. My people, if this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. Help the message travel. Like, share, and subscribe to African Folktales Damsel, where every tale opens eyes, touches souls, and reminds us who we truly are. Remember, one story shared can save another life.